something else. I think LeBron has won his last time. I think it's over.
Okay, I'm glad 15 games into the season you feel that way.
It's not LeBron's fault. And I'm telling you, they ain't winning no chip.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
What are we, Jay?
Hey,
what are we doing?
hey.
Yeah, let that ride out.
A month into the season? How many weeks are we in
Hey.
now?
For like a month.
Barely, right?
Yeah.
In basketball?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 15, 16 games.
Gotta love it. We already telling you he ain't going with no chip.
It's amazing. We are
Because
a
remember,
month in and we know already who's going to win the title.
so I'm going to ask you this question. So at the start of the season, who was the favorite to win MVP? Because I know the answer.
Start of
This season, NBA season.
NBA season?
Yeah.
Kevin Durant?
No, Luka.
yeah.
Oh, you mean the odds favorite?
Yeah,
like
odds
Vegas,
favorite,
yeah. Oh, Luka.
You ain't heard his.
wait.
And he's
Luka,
playing good.
odds, like Vegas.
And he's
Vegas had Luka?
Vegas
Yeah.
had Luka, yeah.
And he's playing well, but you ain't heard a peep.
Well, he has an injury, but
He's playing well, but he's already.
Well, he just got hurt.
Yeah,
just already
but they're
limping
top
off the
4 in the
court.
West.
Yeah, he just got hurt
Yeah.
yesterday or 2 days ago.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you
They
ain't
are.
heard a peep about him being an MVP candidate
Since.
because it's been about Steph and KD.
Well, by the way, Jason Kidd leaves the Lakers, you know, their head coaching staff. Look at that offense kind of sputtering, them having issues. Mike D'Antoni leaves Brooklyn staff. Look at them, their offense somewhat having issues to a degree.
Interesting.
fascinating.
Who do you believe more in, Frank Vogel or Steve Nash?
Well, before we get to all that, let's go to the Dr. Triple call-in line, 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776, and ask who will win the MVP. It's, we're a month in. We should know by now. And after watching Steph Curry last night, 9 3-pointers and 37 points in a win over the Nets, we kind of feel like maybe the Warriors are back. But with that in mind, what about the Lakers and what about LeBron? Because we're talking a lot about Steph Curry and the Warriors all of a sudden. What does it mean for LeBron James as he, according to Woj, could be making his return Friday to the lineup after missing a couple of weeks with an ab strain? Stephen A. Smith on First Take had this take about LeBron and his pursuit of a 5th championship.
The bottom line is, I'm going to be in the Bay Area for the finals this year. Warriors going to the finals.
So,
And let me say,
so
hold
you-
on. Let me say something else. I think LeBron has won his last title. I think it's over.
Okay. I'm
I
glad
think it's
15
over.
games into the season you
I-
feel that way. Yeah, I'm glad 15 games into the season you feel like LeBron James has won his last title. Not including that, Jay, as you know, every championship team makes some sort of adjustments when they need to before trade deadlines.
What do they have to offer anybody? That's the problem.
It doesn't, but it's not what they have to offer, it's what they can go out and get.
Okay.
There's a guy, for instance, that sits in and he may not want to ever play basketball again, but works at ESPN that can shoot the lights out. I think he's a 47% 3-point shooter or whatever it is.
Name is JJ Redick.
but I'm going to get there. That's a guy that, maybe they sniff around, see what his shot looks like later on down the line if they were looking for that guy. Guy named JJ Redick. I'm just saying, teams make, and this is what I was trying to tell Stephen A. I'm like, they do make adjustments. I get it. Golden State is the flavor of the month. Steph Curry, they doing the thing. Klay Thompson coming back. But you ain't going to never be able to count that dude LeBron out till it's over. You can't count him out. You'll be foolish. And this is not me being a Laker fan. This is me being a basketball fan. You can't count him out. No way.
I think it's erroneous to have a take that LeBron James will never win a championship again. I'm not going to bet against a guy that last year averaged 25, 8 and 8, who is one of the most gifted passers the game has ever seen, has the ability to elevate everybody around him, who is an absolute savant on the court. Is the question of shooting or their defense being an issue to a degree? Yes, but we are a month into the season. We're a month into the season. And let's not forget, last year was the first time LeBron has ever been knocked out in the first round against the Phoenix Suns. So is everything working out perfectly with the Lakers right now? No, but LeBron has been out. Taylor Horton-Tucker has been out until recently. They're getting shooting back. Let's not act like this team doesn't have motivation to get there. And I understand Golden State's playing at a high clip right now. You also have to see it sustained over a 5-month period.
Yeah, that's my whole thing.
Come on, man.
No matter who it is, whether it's Brooklyn, whether it's Philadelphia, whether it's Milwaukee, whether it's Denver, Utah, whatever the case may be, let's get to the second half of the season before we get a clear picture through the clouds. Because we don't know what Dallas is all of a sudden. Porzingis is going to start to continue to play. Luka get healthy. What we don't know. We just don't. I understand.
I hear what you're saying.
I think we know.
Yeah, I'm just not betting on
I mean,
Porzingis. That's
no,
all. But I hear
I'm
what you're
saying
saying.
I think we know.
to all of a sudden, the light comes on and then he becomes what the Knicks thought he was going to be. You just don't know until certain times come. You know, all of a sudden, everybody waiting on Melo to cool all the way off. What if he just stays hot the whole rest of the way? What if he just catches fire and the rest of the way? Or they decide to move Russell Westbrook, into more of a second unit type role because they realize when LeBron's off the floor, he's at his best. They finally say, hey, we're going to start him for 6 minutes for ego purposes, but we're going to remove him. When LeBron comes off, he goes on. What if they decide to do that? Or what if he decides to start knocking down some jumpers and not turning the ball over? The second half of the seasons for him from the last 3 years on 3 different teams has seemed like it's gone in a positive direction.
I saw a Laker team that won a championship in a bubble because they were able to stay healthy. I don't see Anthony Davis ever able to stay healthy through the course of a season. And LeBron James turns 37 at the end of December.
What did he turn last year?
37. You can do the math. You know,
36. And what did he turn the year before that?
Yeah, and
the year before that. Okay, the year before that.
I'm glad you said that because you know how many years it's been since he's played about 70% of his team's games in a season? And normally he was always playing 65, 70, 72, 80 games.
He didn't play last
year
year because they fell on him and he had like a high ankle sprain.
Mm-hmm.
So he couldn't finish the deal.
It's amazing how the
And
older you
AD
get, the
was
more
injured.
injuries find you. It's just the way it is.
This is the first time that he's had, I want to say, a soft tissue injury, right?
I get, listen,
Yeah.
I'm just going to say this. What Stephen A's take was not a hot take. It was it's an observation.
Oh, I'm not mad at that.
I don't think what he's saying is outrageous.
I don't either.
But
I don't think
to
so.
bet against LeBron, no. I don't
just not
think it's
betting
easy
against
to
that.
bet against LeBron.
I'm just not betting against
But
that.
to say, he'll never win a championship, it's very possible.
No, it is.
Based on reality of where it is.
It certainly is.
Right. Okay.
Certainly is.
Well, Stephen A's going to join us at 9:30.
And y'all can scream
I
at
don't
each other.
think so.
But, there's more things that were said today that upset a lot of people, and that is, of course, Key and his
What did I
biased
do?
NFL
biased.
rankings. People want to take you on, and we go right now to the Dr. Pepper call-in line. We begin with Greg in North Carolina. Greg, have at it.
Get him, Greg.
Key, what's up, man?
What's happening, G?
Hey, how the hell are you going to put the Patriots in there and even the Chiefs up at number 3 and not Arizona without Murray and without Hopkins?
Well, you know why? Because they've lost 2 straight games without – they lost 2 or 3. They didn't lose 2 straight. They lost 2 or 3 because they beat San Francisco without those guys in the lineup. And guess what? They might not be in the lineup again this week. So now that's 3 that they're going to lose out of the last 4. Because if he ain't in the lineup, they ain't going to have a chance to win. I don't care who you playing against because he is the heart and soul of that football team. So I just got him there because that's what I see right now today.
Right. And
Doesn't mean tomorrow